Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eva. I make videos all about sustainable, low-waste living, veganism and minimalism, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about why I try and avoid buying tinned food. So a lot of us associate tins with high rates of recycling and the fact that they're aluminium and they're quite easy to recycle and you can recycle them over and over again without adding new aluminium into the mix as you do with plastic bottles. So why I don't buy my beans etc. in tins or in cans. So the first reason is that a lot of the tins are lined with BPA, they're lined with plastic, and having a mixed recyclable makes it a lot harder for the tin or can to actually be recycled. On top of that, in England as of March this year, only I think it was 44.5% of recyclable products were actually recycled. A lot of products you can check with your local council on your website, on their website, where they ship their recycling to. A lot of it shipped to Indonesia, to China, all kinds of places. They ship the recycling out and then it is processed in that country instead of in this country, which is obviously very, very unsustainable because you're shipping quite literally rubbish halfway across the world for it to be recycled, therefore leading to more carbon emissions. And also when it gets to said country, it often isn't recycled properly and just builds up and builds up and builds up and just sits in a massive landfill pile, you know, releasing all these nasty chemicals from plastics into the atmosphere, and it's not good. So one of the main reasons that items are not recycled when they're on the conveyor belt at the recycling centre is because they are not clean. They are dirty or they are mixed. So mixed recyclables, as I said before, are much harder to recycle. That's why, you know, if I do buy beans not from a bulk store, not unpackaged, I buy them in a plastic bag, because as long as that plastic bag is recyclable, it's only one kind of plastic most of the time, and it's much easier for the recycling centre to recycle rather than a tin that is lined with BPA. Now, how to look out for if the tins you're buying do have BPA in. You can't find out just by walking down the supermarket aisles. You'll need to have a look on the back and see who made the tin, and then look them up and look up if they use BPA. Sometimes once you've used the tin, you can have a look on the inside to see if it's lined, to feel if it's lined. Sometimes it will be a colour, sometimes it'll be clear, and then you'll have a good idea of what companies to avoid when buying beans and such. Another reason why I don't buy canned goods, especially beans, and why I buy them dry and cook them myself, is simply because when you buy a can, it's usually 400 grams, and that 400 grams is the equivalent of half a cup of dried beans. So actually, in terms of weight, a lot more when you buy dried beans than you do with tinned beans. And also there was a really interesting study done, I'll try and find it and I'll link it down below. It essentially found that because tinned beans are sitting in water, a lot of the nutritional value of the bean has already left the bean because it is sitting in that water. So actually, if you pressure cook dried beans, or, you know, just cook them on the hob, it is much better, especially if you evaporate all of the water in there. So I do 1 part beans, 1 part water, and I pressure cook them for about anywhere from 35 to 50 minutes, depending on how long I've had the bean for or what kind of bean it is. If it's a chickpea, I cook it for longer because I like them softer. But it's important to try and make sure that the water is evaporated, otherwise you are losing some of that nutritional value when you're cooking. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know if you buy your beans in bulk, if you buy them in tins, if you're going to reconsider buying them in cans or in tins. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.